In this lesson, I'm just going to show you how to make what would be considered a good AP Create task. Okay, this meets the requirements. It'll have inputs. Well, let's go through what it needs to have. It'll have inputs, lists, procedures, an algorithm that includes sequencing, selection, and iteration inside of that. What's it called? Inside of that procedure, it'll call those procedures. All right, and it'll output something. All right. So let me just tell you the basic premise of this very simple app. We're going to enter our name. We're going to enter our age. If the person's under 21, we're going to show them one set of job lists. If they're over 21, we'll send them a different set of job lists. Okay? So you'll see here, there's just two inputs, right? And there's a button. All right? There's also this right here, just to be clear. That's where I'm going to output the jobs to. That's in our output div. That looks like that. Now, inside of script.js, I have already set up two lists or arrays. The first one is young jobs, like a retail associate, a camp counselor, apprentice electrician, or a babysitter. So those are jobs that you'd probably have if you're under 21. And these are jobs for people who are over 21, accountant, lawyer, financial advisor, or a nurse, okay? So basically, what we're going to just say is if they put in their name is Kevin and they're 25, we're going to say, hey, Kevin, here's a list of jobs for you, okay? And we'll use the old list. If they're under 21, we'll use this list. That's it. Now, keep in mind that what that will do is that will meet all of these requirements, and let's just code it and then we'll go through the requirements there. So first things first is we got to make this button clickable. So I'm going to say let submit button equal document dot query selector, and I'm just going to say hashtag submit. That comes from this ID, submit. Okay, great. Now I'm going to say submit button dot add event listener, and what I'm going to do is say when someone clicks, I'm going to run the function get jobs. Okay? Oops, sorry, like that. Well, now I need to create that function, so I'm going to say function get jobs. All right, and this is where the magic will happen. All right, so the first thing I want to do inside of this function is I want to get the values of these two inputs. So I'm going to say let name is equal to document.query selector hashtag name. That's the ID of the name input, and the other one's age. Okay, so then we'll also say, oh, and don't forget dot value, and we'll say get, what is that all about? Value. Oh, stop that. Stop it. Okay, let age equal document.query selector hashtag age dot value. All right, now the simple version of this app, check it out. We're going to say this. We're going to say if the age is greater than or equal to 21. Let's just say, actually, it should say if age is greater than 21, right? Then we are going to say, we're going to show the old jobs here. So we're going to say for, we're going to iterate through it. I equals 0. I is less than old jobs.length. So we're going to complete the whole length, and we'll just go I++. Okay, great. So we're going to iterate through it. And then what I want to do is show each one on the screen. So I'm going to say, like, I'm going to make this list on the screen. Now to do that, I need to actually change the inner HTML of this. This is output. So let's just do this one more time. So I'm going to say let output is equal to document.query selector selector hashtag output. And the reason I say that is because, look, here's the div with the ID of output. So that's where this is all going. Okay, so let's do it. So what I'm going to do is say output.inner HTML is equal plus equal. So I'm going to add this to it. And here I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a p tag, close the p tag, and inside of it, I'm just going to say $sign. I'm interpolating here. Old jobs, I. All right, let's test this out. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Maybe I made an error somewhere, so let's check it out. So I'll put my name in as Ben. I'll say I'm 26, and let's see. Oh, document.query selector. I spelled it wrong. No C there. Selector. Okay, that looks better. Okay, see, we all make mistakes. Let's try again. Ben, I'm 26. Okay, and you see here, this list pops up. Great. So now we can make the other. I'll say this else, okay, and we can just copy and paste this essentially. Oh, and this will be for young jobs. Okay, and we'll just say young jobs here. So this is for all the young jobs. We'll iterate through it, right, and we'll show all the young jobs. Okay, so let's try it again. Ben, hey, and there. So now, oh, that makes no sense, right? Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. But let's say I say 20. Well, let's try this again. So I say Ben, I'm 20. I get these young jobs. If I say I'm 26, notice how it's still here, but actually, you see how it popped up down there? So the thing is, it's actually under here, beneath the console. Let's hide that so you can see. See, they actually pop up underneath. What we actually want to do is like erase what's already there and then redo it. So what we actually want is every time we run the get jobs function, so each time we click the button, we kind of want to clear out this div. The way we could do that is creating a reset function. So what we could do is say this. We're going to just reset, okay? We can make our lives easier by actually popping in the output, right? So output is what we want to reset. And I'm going to make a function called reset. It just takes in the div, okay? And I'm going to say div.inner HTML. And just to be clear about it, what you do for reset is it just clears out whatever you feed into it. So it's just going to get the inner HTML and clear it out. See, that's just a way to use a function. It's kind of clear what this does now. It's a way of naming. So functions just make life a little easier. So let's try it again. So I'm going to say Ben. Let's play it. Let's say Ben. Okay, I'm 26. Okay, so I got my 26-year-old jobs. Let's say I'm 20. Let's try it there. You notice how the new ones pop up. That's because it cleared out. It reset it, and then it put the list out. So that's looking pretty good. Now we could just be a little fancy here. I think it'd be cool if we actually incorporated the name. So I'm going to say output.inner HTML each time, and I'm going to just do this. Let's throw in an H3 over here, and H3. Let's close that H3, and we're going to say jobs for, and let's put the person's name there. Right, this should be backticks, so we can interpolate. All right, so let's try it again. Name is Ben, 26, submit, and it says jobs for Ben. I got that. Let's try 2020, and there we go. So this is looking pretty good. The only other thing I could say is that we could add some error checking here. So like, notice here if I put nothing here, like it should actually just give me an error, like that doesn't work, but it actually still works. So what we can do is this. This is just a little error check that we can add to it. We'll say if name is not equal to nothing and age is not equal to nothing, then we can just what we're saying if this is equal to nothing, or sorry, I did that all wrong. If age is equal to nothing or name is equal to nothing, what we're going to do is we're going to throw an error. We'll say alert, please fill out the full form. All right, and then we could have this. Only if the full form is filled out will we start doing anything, so now we'll have this else if. So now we have a little error checking here, just make it a little fancier. Not necessary, but why not? So I say this in 26. Look what happens if I do nothing here. I press play. Notice it say, please fill out the full form. All right, well, that's it. That's all we got for today. And yeah, hopefully this helps. Oh, and we should go through what this is. So let's talk about these. So do I have an input? Yes, I have 2 inputs. Do I have lists? Yes, I have 2 lists. Do I have procedures? I actually have 2 procedures, get jobs and the reset one. Do I have an algorithm that includes sequencing selection? Yes, I am using my for loop to go through my old jobs array, right? So I have sequenced and selected things from it. Do I call my student developed procedures? Yes, I call get jobs, right, over here when I click. I also call the reset function over here that resets the result div. Do I have an output? Yep, we saw it down there. And yeah, and I think I met all the things. So here we go. I think we got it all down. Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day. All right, that's it.